Hello again. So, here's another excerpt from the book The Overthinking Cure by Nick Trenton. This time, we're gonna be talking about drop blaming and complaining. So, here's how it goes in the book. Reactive. Look at all these things and people and situations that aren't the way I want them to be. Proactive. What is the way that I want things to be? And how am I going to make that happen? When you complain, you're putting yourself in reactive mode. You're communicating to yourself and others that you are not responsible, and you relinquish your agency in favor of someone else's. In one way to be more proactive is to get positively ruthless with the bad habit of complaining. Nothing good ever comes from complaining. You may think you feel a bit better after whining about something you're unhappy with, but all you do is disempower yourself further and probably bore others. This takes a bit of awareness. Be honest if you notice yourself ranting and moaning about things, and just stop dead in your tracks. Then ask yourself one important question. What action can I take here? This puts you in an active problem-solving mode. Stop waiting for someone to come and save you. Think of ways to help yourself. If you can act, then act. If you don't like something, have the courage to change it or remove yourself from the situation. Think of it this way. Not acting is also a choice. If you remain in a situation you don't like, what does that say? If you can't act, well, then you can still proactively choose your attitude. You can choose not to respond at all. Just because you find the situation uncomfortable, it doesn't mean you have to complain. Or worse, look for someone to blame. How you react to circumstances is far, far more important than the circumstances themselves. You might not be able to take conscious action or do much about a situation, but you still have plenty of power over what you focus on. How you interpret the situation, the attitude you commit to having, the words you say, and the way you respond. You always have options. When you complain, however, you shut your eyes to those options and get stuck on the fact of your discomfort or annoyance. Blame is harmful for the same reason why hand your power over to someone else. Being the victim role may feel good in the short term, but when we complain about how others act, we are forgetting one crucial piece of information. We too have the option to act. Blame can sometimes come from unconscious expectations or a feeling of entitlement. If you catch yourself blaming someone, it's time to get honest. Are you expecting them to take charge of a problem that's not really theirs to fix. If they are genuinely in the wrong, it happens. Then ask yourself this: does you being angry and indignant get you any closer to what you really want? It can be very freeing to realize that we don't have to control others to get them to behave in the ways we want. We can act directly ourselves for ourselves. This instantly releases anxiety and self-doubt and helps us feel calm. So yeah, I think the big thing about this excerpt that I learned is you just can't control everything, and shit happens.
Shit happens.
But that shouldn't stop you from taking control of the things you can take control of. It was also mentioned that there's nothing positive that happens when complaining. Well, I kinda read some research that complaining can organize your thoughts a little bit. It can release stress, it can relieve stress. I think over complaining is the one that doesn't do anything good. I think when you're complaining just a little bit, you're just letting out, what do you call that? You're just blowing off steam. And I think that's good. Just not it's just it shouldn't be habitual. Too much good stuff is bad stuff. Would she be fun?
What? I'm starting to think you don't speak Chinese.
Yeah. But to summarize this, you have to take control of how you react to things. Blaming others, complaining doesn't really solve your problems. If you want to solve them, just look at the problem, see what went wrong. If it's not your fault, then it's not your fault, but it's still your responsibility. So yeah, that's it.